Hello everyone. In this video I am going to solve English paper of lecturer Cadre Punjab. So let's get started. Let's begin with question number 1. And the question number 1 is, a conceit in metaphysical poetry is, and the options are metaphor, a symbol, a far-fetched metaphor, or a part of speech. So the correct answer here is option C, a far-fetched metaphor. Second question is, Milton's Paradise Lost came out in. So the options are 1660, 1708, 1667 or 1718. So the answer here is option C, 1667. Third question is, Lycidas is a work by. Options are Alexander Pope, John Milton, Marvell or John Donne. So the answer here is option B, John Milton. Fourth question is, in Paradise Regained, Milton wrote about the temptation of Jesus, Adam, Eve or Michael. So the answer here is option A, Jesus. Next question is, fifth, who wrote poem Milton in 1804? Options are Cowper, William Blake, Wordsworth or Shelley. So the option which is correct here is B, William Blake. Sixth question is, in Biographia Literaria, Coleridge distinguishes between. Option A is consciousness and unconscious, B, mind and body, C, matter and metaphysics, and D, fancy and imagination. So the answer here is option D, fancy and imagination. Question number 7 is, an aspect of the meaning of Blake's Song of the Innocence and Experience pertains to. Options are a simple depiction of nature, option B, human will, option C, possibility of progress to a higher innocence, and option D is none of the above. So the correct answer here is option C, possibility of progress to a higher innocence. Next question is question number 8. The poem Poison Tree was entitled in Blake's manuscript as. Options are Christian Forbearance, B, Christian, C, The Fall, D, The Temptation. So the answer here is A, Christian Forbearance. Question number 9 is, Blake's works can be seen to be derived from. Option A is Scottish mythology, B, hymnological tradition, C, lyrical tradition, and D, religious tradition. So the correct option here is option B, hymnological tradition. And the 10th question is, who wrote the essay The Constitution of Church and State? Options are William Wordsworth, Tennyson, John Donne or Coleridge. So the answer here is option D, Coleridge. And the question number 11 is, in which novel of Jane Austen do naval officers appear as characters? And the options are Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Sense and Sensibility, Emma. So the answer here is option B, Mansfield Park. 12th question here is Jane Austen's novels show. Option A is passionate rejection of conservative values. Option B is rejection of Christian values. Option C, affirmation of virtues of restraint. And option D is no insistence of propriety. And the correct option here is C, affirmation of the virtues of restraint. And the next question is question number 13. Waverley is considered a novel by Richardson, Thackeray, Hardy or Scott. And the answer here is option D, Scott. 14th question is Childe Harold appeared in 2 cantos in 1812. How many were added to it in 1816 and 1880? So the options are 10, 2, 7 or 3. So option B, 2 is correct answer here. Next question is Don John is a poem by. Options are option A, Ben Jonson, option B, Marlowe, option C, Byron or option D, Robert Southey. So option C, Byron is the writer of poem Don John. Question 16th is wit in John Donne's poetry means. Options are A, sharp intellect only, B, ironic wisdom, C, satire, D, free play of intelligence and delight in intellectual games. So, the option which is correct here is D, free play of intelligence and delight in intellectual games. Next question. Question 17th is Areopagitica is a pamphlet written by Milton, Bacon, Johnson or Addison. So the option A is correct here, Milton. 18th question is Parson Adams is a character in one of the novels of. Options are Richardson, Fielding, Scott or Conrad. So he was the character in the novels of Fielding. The 19th question is lines written a few miles above Tintern Abbey appeared as a part of. Options are A, the prelude, B, the excursion, C, lyrical ballads, D, none of the above. So, the lines written a few miles above Tintern Abbey appeared in lyrical ballads. Next question is question number 20. In lyrical ballads, Wordsworth chose to describe. Options are A, human love, B, industrial life, C, humble and rustic life, D, none of the above. So correct option here is C, humble and rustic life. Question number 21 is Book 8 of the Excursion records Wordsworth's impressions of. Options are A, his school, B, the place of his birth, C, the natural beauty, D, a manufacturing district of England. So the correct option here is a manufacturing district of England. Option D is correct. Question number 22 is who is the author of the pamphlet the necessity of atheism. So the options here: A. Shelley, B. Keats, C. Milton, and D. Arnold. So the option A is correct here. Next question is question number 23. The Eve of Saint Agnes is a poem by. Options are A. Byron, B. Scott, C. Keats, D. Marlowe. So the correct answer here is C. Keats. 24th question is Keats' The Fall of Hyperion, a Dream is the story of the resistance of the Titan to. Options are the natural fury, B. New order of the gods, C. The flux of the material universe, and D. The world of imagination. So the answer here is option B, New Order of the Gods. Next, question number 25 is Adonis is a tribute by Shelley to. Two options are A. Dante, B. Petrarch, C. Keats, D. Shakespeare. So it was tribute to Keats. Question number 26 is the author of The Ring and the Book is. Options are A. Robert Browning, B. Alfred Tennyson, C. Matthew Arnold, D. Elizabeth Browning. So the correct option here is Robert Browning. And The Ring and the Book is the most famous work by Robert Browning. Next question is question 27. The Ring and the Book retells the story of an Italian murder trial from the perspective of. The options are the lawyer, B. Pope, C. Roman citizens, D. All of them. So the answer here is all of them. Question number 28 is a series of lectures entitled Heroes, Hero Worship, and the Heroic in History are attributed to. Options are Joseph Addison, Matthew Arnold, Thomas Carlyle, or Ruskin. So the answer here is Thomas Carlyle. Next question is who was among the first critics to write about the elusive smile of Mona Lisa? Options are A. William Hale White, B. Walter Pater, C. Oscar Wilde, D. W. V. Yeats. So, Walter Pater wrote about the elusive smile of Mona Lisa. So, B option is correct here. And the 30th question is who was known as the Lady of the Lamp? Options are A. Florence Nightingale, B. E.B. Browning, C. George Eliot, D. Virginia Woolf. So, A option is the correct answer here.